My dad says we have to rename the show. What did you say the show should be called?
The Opininators.
The Opininators.
Same difference.
I'm just one opinionator tonight. I don't know where Anthony is. He's driving in his car, or I don't know what the hell he is doing. I'm not sure if my boy Suave is. I got my cane. I am ready for action, but I needed somebody to help contain this angry old man. And of course, who else am I going to bring in? My other ride or die other than Anthony. No, not Ryzak. The great SPG.
Yeah. How are you doing, sir?
Living the dream, buddy. No Anthony tonight. Woohoo! No drama. We can have a nice opinionated chat.
No cowboy hat.
No cowboy hat. You should have a cowboy hat on. Do you have a GIF or something? Do you have something you can, one of them overlays, one of them Snapchat filters that that Snapchat filter things you kids are doing?
No quality content today, sir.
Oh, we might replace you with somebody better later on. I hear
it's very possible. Yes.
I know the audience would love to we only got to just recently play with her on Wreckfest. It would be awesome to see her on stream because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun when we're playing Wreckfest together.
Yeah, she's an animal.
Yeah.
She'll take you out.
Although there is rumors floating around the internets that you guys team up.
Mr. Urban World. I know where that came from.
Yeah, there's I didn't say it. I read it on the internets.
Well, it must be true.
That's exactly. I read it on the internet. All right. So let's talk about the big news of the day. Today's big news, not previous news. That's old news. Extraction.
Yeah. Have you played it?
I'm not. I'm not because I'm no good at those games.
Well, it might be up your alley, though. You're not shooting at people and they're shooting back at you. You're shooting at monsters. So
are they shooting at me?
Well, the monsters do shoot, though. I do think, yes.
Okay. And see, you've played Red Dead with me.
True. I have.
So you've played Red Dead with me. So
yeah, you do have a better chance of running over me with your horse than shooting me with your weapon.
Exactly.
Yeah. No horses in Extraction, sadly.
I'm very clear about I'm not good at those games. I did play the beta alpha trial of 9 to 5 to say I could, just so I say I did it.
Extraction.
But again, I suck.
Well, Extraction's supposed to have a thing to where you can invite a friend and they can play up to 2 weeks or something. And I'm looking for my invite, somebody.
There you go. All right. So
I want to check it out.
There you go. So we're looking at you, Ray. Ray's in the chat. We're looking at Ray. Maybe Ray. So I'm just no good at those games. I popped into a couple of people because everybody and their brother is streaming.
You're streaming it? Yes.
Yeah.
I watched a couple. Yep.
I've popped in and out. Sometimes I've chatted. Sometimes I've just lurked just to see what it's about. And I'm like,
Yeah, a lot of teamwork. You got to coordinate with your people. I watched John stream it in early stream. Mm-hmm. And you got to coordinate with your people and learn their skills and use them well and try to take out the hives and stuff. That's what it looks like.
So Stadia would be good with the party chat then. I know the others have them too, but
sadly no Connect though. So you can't see your partner's screen. I thought they might have added that to it, but they did not.
Well, maybe in an enhancement.
Yeah, I know they're going to enhance the game, or I hope so. I haven't played it, so I can't speak on replayability and all that stuff. But it looks like it is good fun with a good squad.
according to Raymond, who's in the chat, hello Raymond, he's been playing it on all platforms that he owns except PlayStation.
Nice.
And he's been just bouncing around, like he can just pick up where he left off.
Yeah, man. Having having the
So-
cross-platform support is fantastic for a lot of people, especially like Ray, who plays on multiple cloud-based systems. So that's
Except the
fantastic.
PlayStation 4, I don't know, or the PlayStation, maybe because he doesn't have one. I guess that's the only thing he doesn't have. I don't know. He's got a lot of. He's got a
Ray
lot
has
of.
a PS5.
He's
Don't
got a
let
lot
him tell you
he's
that.
got a lot of crap behind him when you see his stream. So I can't keep up to what Ray has and doesn't have. So
He does have a nice wall of nostalgia behind him.
he does that. He
He
does.
does.
And Ray says it is awesome. So there you go. Again,
Fantastic. I
that
gotta
is
check
great.
it out.
That is great. Again, send Will an invite. Oh, you got a lot of people, got a lot of friends. You should be able to. I would, but I'm not buying the game at the. It's actually only $49.99 here in Canada. So
wow.
it wasn't when I looked at it earlier. Because I was expecting it to be like Riders Republic, like 89, 99 up here. So compared to other games, it's actually.
It seems reasonable. Yeah.
Oh, Ray says he has all the PlayStations. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I told you.
There you go. So, all right. I stand corrected, Ray. I just knew you had to. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff behind him when we do our retro show. He's pulling stuff out of his ass. Going, I got that. I got that. I got that. It's awesome.
Absolutely. He has a fantastic collection.
Some people call him a hoarder. We call him a collect. There's a fine line between hoarding and collecting.
Yes, there is.
There is a very fine line. All right. What do we want to talk about? How about this? How about we talk about this? I'm running the. Do we let him in? Do we let him in? Do we let him in?
Oh man.
What's up, guys?
What's up, cowboy?
Hey, man. What's crazy?
Why is there a dead hooker
Dude,
behind you?
I totally forgot, right? Hold on, let me
I
fix
messaged
this
you
audio.
I messaged you earlier today. Why is there a dead hooker in the bathtub behind him? What? Where is he? Why is he in the
So-
bathtub?
So
we lost. There you go.
Oh yeah, there you go. So I forgot. I came home and I'm like getting all my stuff together. We're going on a trip, so I want to make sure I don't leave anything. And I was listening to Rock's review, and I'm listening to them. It already played, but I was listening to it, right? And then I was like, wait, what time is it? I'm like, oh snap! I told Jeff I would at least try to jump on. So I noticed it, and I wanted to jump on and say hi, but then I gotta go finish packing. But I see you found a worthy replacement for myself.
It is true. It is all true. If I need a replacement, he is my go-to replacement to pop in.
Nice.
We were just talking Extraction.
Yeah, have you got to play that yet, Anthony?
Oh. Woo.
Why is he
God bless myself.
spreading his COVID everywhere? Oh,
Spreading my COVID everywhere. No, I didn't play yet. I didn't because I'm leaving today for our trip. We're gonna be gone all the way until Sunday. I have to get Ubisoft Plus again or debate should I spend the same or less money and play it on xCloud. That's actually a thing. But because I'm going to be away, it probably make more sense to play it on Stadia since Stadia is more safe, stable, and reliable. But I'm going up in the mountains, so I don't know how great my signal is going to even be.
Well, the great news is, though, Anthony, is you have choices, and that's the best thing ever.
True. Yeah. So, but guys, let me get myself together, and while we're driving, I'll jump back on.
That takes more than you driving to get yourself together. Okay, bye. So there you go. Cloud Gaming GFN Dad, whatever he's called this week. I can't keep up with the name.
Lee for the win.
I can't be.
Thank you, brother.
Luna Couch. I don't know what that is because we don't have Luna in Canada.
I saw Ray's tweet about all the platforms he was playing on, and Luna was one of them. And I was gonna tweet Couch to him, but I didn't.
So there you go. Lee is offering to add you to his family. There you go.
On.
He will not be playing it. How come Lee won't be playing it? All right. Whatever. There you go. That'll be awesome. So I saw this today before we got rudely interrupted.
By your other host. How dare he?
By that other guy. So it looks like, I know there was a bunch of questions, but it looks like Life is Strange is still coming to Stadia on February 1st.
Nice.
I know there was lots of discussion whether it was still going to happen or not. A lot of hate, a lot of whatever, but looks like Life is Strange will be coming to Stadia. Any comments? Any thoughts on that?
Just that I'd love to play it.
There you go.
That's one of those titles that just recently won some awards, didn't it?
I believe it did. I believe it did.
I would love to check it out. It looks like a beautiful game.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to see if it's pro or not, or if you got to pay, shell out some coin.
Yeah.
Don't know. Maybe it'll be pro. Who knows? Nobody knows.
Yep.
Nobody knows. And then I stumbled across this little bad boy yesterday, and I think I answered their tweet. I don't know why some guy trolling me. I don't have time to deal with him. Let me remove that one. And let me do that. I said remove. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, stop the screen. I don't know what I'm doing. I am
Are you getting trolled? By the trolls getting trolled.
Trolls getting. Don't like. I'm the troller, not the trollee.
The troller.
Wish people would understand that. So Marmalade Games sent this little tweet out. I responded, not realizing I was actually supposed to click here to vote. So they're asking for their game, where should they bring it? And I was one of people that replied Stadia. So look this up, Marmalade Games. Click on the vote here and put in our vote for Stadia.
So the Game of Life 2, is that the board game?
I guess.
Like Life?
I don't know. I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
I don't know what it is. It looks.
Lee says it was originally penned for pro, but then it got delayed. So we'll see what happens. I guess we'll wait for the next. Lee is the king of trolls. Well, that's kind of rude.
Well, they like to. Sometimes they like to release a game for a month or two for a certain price, and then the following month it'll go pro.
Yep. I know. I keep waiting for Ubisoft games to go pro, but I guess that's never going to happen.
Yeah, well, with Ubisoft Plus being the price it is and stuff, it's never going to happen. And they sell their Ubisoft games so cheap.
Yeah,
like I don't have Ubisoft Plus. I realize Extraction would be a time to get it. But I've purchased every Ubisoft game that I wanted for $7 or less. So except Far Cry 6, I paid full price for that.
What about Riders?
Well, I paid full price, but I paid just the game. I didn't get the
the DLC, the extra,
the fancy,
the fanciness.
Yeah, the $100 version or whatever.
It was the reason I never got it was $89.99 here in Canada, and I knew just with Super Animal Royale coming and other stuff, I just wasn't going to get. And then Wreckfest came, and then between those two, and then doing some crap in Creta, I just don't have the time to play anything else. And
right on. Have you invested any time in any of the actual tournaments or anything in Wreckfest yet?
I have not.
Right
I did start doing the career because I was trying to get my own bus.
Yeah.
But I suck at those, and I usually come in like 16th or 17th, 18th place.
Yeah, they give you they give you little objectives to do too, like wipe out 3 cars and
I get none of those. And I end up driving off somewhere, and then I end up in 18th place, like other cars that from the parking lot pass me. Like.
Well, I tell you, the most frustrating thing is being in first place in like an 8-lap race, and in the 7th lap, a car that you've lapped 4 times knocks you out of the race. Oh, that is so frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right on, Lee. I certainly will, sir. That's awesome.
So there you go. Hey, there you go. You're worthwhile. Your visit here, perfectly worthwhile. So I just knew that and I saw you guys playing it, and I was like, I really want to jump in. And I played the demos, and I played the free access, and I played all the free stuff, and I just ran out of time. Yeah. And I was just like, and I just knew I wouldn't get to it. And I was right. I got other things. Yeah. Got other things. I ended up spending 2 hours last night playing Creta.
I started dumping time into PUBG recently, man.
I've seen that. A lot of people have been doing that.
Yeah. I hate playing with level 500 people, though. That isn't very fun. But I'll tell you what is fun, though. I've got a GIMP outfit. I'll have to show it to you sometime. It is. Oh,
you're not rocking the Stadia outfit?
No. I might put the jacket back on just because, represent. But I've literally got like a gimp outfit with a wool cap. I look very strange.
Little self-promotion. What are you doing tomorrow?
What am I doing tomorrow? I think I'm streaming some Doom Eternal. I'm going to attempt to finish it.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure if you were doing PUBG or not. I would have popped in.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, if we have enough people that would like to play, I'll stream anything. But yeah, PUBG is a lot of fun when you have you do a custom and you invite a bunch of people from your friends list and stuff.
Yep.
That is the best way to play, I think, because then you're against people of the same caliber or level and
I've
all that
seen
stuff.
I was watching Squids and Suave playing it. Was it last night?
It is a lot of fun.
Squids and shout out to Squids. Squids rocking it on the Stadia dosage in the morning.
Absolutely. Shame that MM2K has been so sick. We hope you get better, brother.
Yeah.
But Squids has been killing it, man. For
and tomorrow
some
morning,
replacement content.
Tomorrow he is doing Community Play Friday, and he's doing Wreckfest.
Yeah, and you know what? He's got a perfect title for it: Wreckfest for Breakfast.
There you go.
Yeah, that was his tagline.
Yeah,
go Squids.
Yeah, and then he was I was in his chat and he was asking about, and I said, "What? Don't forget Killer Queen Black. I think he's going to throw that on the list at some point." Yeah, but tomorrow is because he did Outcasters last week, and I said, "Oh, what about Wreckfest, Killer Queen Black?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, just all these games." Then he asked for your top 5 games today, and I tweeted him mine, and so he was going through that. Shout out to he's been doing a great job, killing it over there on the dosage every morning at 9 Eastern. I guess he's got nothing else to do at 6 a.m. his time, so he jumps on. And I got a meeting at 10, but if he's doing it at 9, I might be able to jump in for a little bit in that. So yeah, some Marmalade games, Life is Strange, and then I stumbled across this one. And I know nothing about this, and I may be flinging. I didn't send you meeting notes beforehand because what? Whoops, remove that. Okay, stop sharing that.
I know nothing.
You know nothing. What about this? And we might be just reading it together. Clockwork Origins has, it looks like, Elemental War.
Oh wow.
Elemental War. Where oh yeah, they just became a Stadia partner here. Nice. So they just became a Stadia partner, and then somewhere else.
Looks like the game released in 2019.
Yep. He said something else about Stadia. They became a Stadia partner, and I thought it said something about it was coming to Stadia. I don't remember, but yeah. So, anyways, it looks like whoever these guys are. They've
that doesn't mean Elemental War is coming to Stadia. It just means that now that they're a partner, something from their studio will arrive.
Well, it looks like they got 4, right? They got 4 up here, right? So again, this is good news.
Elemental War 2, Spine, and Trine 6 Infinite.
Yeah.
Or Tri 6.
Yeah. So yeah, I stumbled across this today.
Ooh.
So this is interesting.
It says, besides all that, we're also working on a few prototypes for new game ideas or just mechanics for future projects. That's awesome.
Yep.
Because you never know when a fantastic title is going to drop from an indie company, man. They've got some gems out there.
Yeah. There was a guy. Yeah.
World Heist games, West of Loathing, stuff like that. I love.
Yep. Especially Wavetail.
Wavetail looked beautiful.
Wavetail is a beautiful game. I need to get back. Again, it's on my list of things to get back to. I just haven't had a chance to. But it just proves, Stadia is not dead. They're still signing up. People are promoting. They're saying they're a partner, right? We're all anticipating Sky Climbers. Sky Climbers is coming in March. Yep. I signed up for because whatever I paid for in their Kickstarter. I got 2 keys. I got one for Steam for my son. And then I got one, I set it for Stadia, and then when I went to confirm something, it was no longer there. And they said they had to remove it for various reasons, but now Stadia's changed. So I got to reach out to them at some point to see if I can get my alpha key for Stadia, right? I'll play it on Steam if I have to, if it's not quite available yet. If it's not going to be ready, then I'll do the Steam version. They did say it was going to be on GFN as well.
Oh, nice.
Obviously, if it's Steam, anything can be on GFN. It doesn't take much, right? So obviously we're waiting for that. But this is another, everyone keeps saying Stadia is dead. Don't forget, I think if it wasn't for you guys, Death Carnival, Fireman Simulator. I did not hear that one, Ray. I did not hear about
Death Carnival.
Death Carnival. I think Hubert's been on everybody's show. He was on Retro Rewind with us. He was on Anthony's show.
No.
He's been doing great for him. Great, perfect exposure.
I'm gonna have to check out a trailer for Fireman Simulator because I'm interested to know if it's.
You're interested in firemen?
Yeah, because I'm wondering. Nah, I'm interested in firemen. No,
you're interested in firemen. Okay.
I'm wondering.
Right. Hey, no judgment. Hey, no judgment here, buddy.
I'm wondering if it's going to be a physics like cartoony based game, or if it's going to be like a realistic like sim. You know what I mean? World War Z. I'm looking forward to that as well. Anything with zombies, man. I'm down. That sounded awful. Thank you, Jeff. This old man is a dirty old man tonight. You see that?
I saw
hope that's his fist he's shaking.
Bruce in the chat. I got my cane here. Whenever Suave shows up, got my cane. You know, you remember I said I.
Yeah, what's the cane for?
Well, when Suave shows up, then I will use my cane. Shake.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bruce. Google should market a little heavier, man. Put it in people's faces. Put it in their hands.
Well, and they're making a big push now with the whole Google Play on PCs, and now people are like, why that, and why not Stadia, and then why not merge them? And
I have no idea why not, but I completely understand why they're pushing Play on computers. You can go from your phone where you have to buy gems for $8 to hurry up a game. Now you can do it from your PC. That's all it's for.
Pretty much.
Really, that's really what it's
pretty
for.
much. It's just an easier way to make the money.
Correct.
You know, that's all. It all comes down to money, which is again one of the reasons why. And I've said this to some people when they go, Stadia doesn't have AAA games. I go, I don't care. I wouldn't play them. I'd much rather give my money to a small indie. You know, whether it's the Wavetail guys, our buddies over at Akapura Games, Crata to a lesser extent. They're owned by Facebook now. Facebook bought them out, so again, I think they got money.
Right on.
But again. I'm not going to put the money in the big AAA games at this point, right?
Well, I totally respect where you're coming from on that, but I'm into the spectacle, the bells, the whistles, the particle effects. So you can only really get those now. Not only, but usually you can only get that type of experience from a AAA title. So I certainly look out for the AAA titles, but is not being able to play Ghost of Tsushima making me go buy a PS5? No. Do I want to play that? Oh yes.
Yeah.
Come on, Cloud. Come on, PlayStation.
Yeah. See, I don't even think there's any game. I can't think of a game that is on another, that's on PlayStation or Xbox. Oh, mostly PlayStation because I have one, a 4 anyways. That I go, oh, I really wish I could play that or I feel like I should go buy it and play it. There is no game. I'm just happy with whatever Stadia puts out. Maybe that's just me in my little simplistic little world over here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Just Stadia puts out they're putting out new games. They're putting out games I've never played before. And there's a backlog like you of games I haven't even played. You haven't even played Control yet. Is it Control?
No, I haven't.
Is it Control you bought?
Control's a AAA game.
Yeah, there you go. I'd love to be a court sniffer indie gamer. There you go.
But he just loves AAA games like Monster Hunter, The Division, and Hitman because they're beautiful. I mean, and they're interactive and,
Court sniffer. I don't know if that made it any better or worse. I don't understand. Big shout out.
It's a wine reference, buddy.
Oh, there you go.
I think.
I just whine. I don't drink them.
You just whine? You don't drink them?
Exactly. Exactly. And you know that from the weekend. You know that obviously from Sunday. I had a friend of mine.
You were on a fucking milk carton, buddy.
I have a friend of mine that's all upset with me because I went silent for a day and a half, and he's like, "I thought you went all Bob Saget," and I'm like, "Really, dude? I don't talk to. I go silent for a day and a half, and you think I'm dead? You go right to dead?" He goes, "Well, look at you. All you eat is ribs and wings and beer. Like you're a walking heart attack, dude. So yeah, when you stop."
He's on your Twitter. He must have seen the burger pictures and stuff.
He's actually not. He's actually he's a Facebook guy. He doesn't
Oh.
use the Twitter. He doesn't even think he knows what the I don't even know
because some of those pictures made my inner fat kid hungry, man. It looked delicious. It looked delicious.
Tally Dockstar. Oh, Tally was liking a bunch of my TikToks today. Popped up on me. I love that. Love people liking the TikToks. Mad Streets is coming out. Anthony's babbling about something. Zorro. Ooh. I didn't hear that one. I always
that sounds interesting. Is it open world Zorro?
No. That would be I like a good swashbuckler. I like playing I like playing some of those. I was doing that on my retro stream. The Pirates of the Black Cat there, swashbuckling little young lady there. So Callie Fett in the house. Yeah, Avatar. Ray's just going through the listing of all the games coming out. There we go. Awesome. And the guy who we live rent free in his head, Vet Cloud Gaming, because he's always trolling about the Cowboys. All that means is we're living rent free in his head. I
made Vet crack up on the Rock reveal show because I found out the PC for streaming, not gaming. I'll be able to game, but I'm building a PC and it's going to cost me $2,800.
Oh yeah, you sent that to me.
Yeah, I said on the Rock show though that I was going to have to go back out on the street corner, go sling some D. Gonna have to make that money. They'll probably pay me to get off the corner. We'll see. It might be good.
The hell did I just do? There you go. So there, Ray put in the chat what to play. Stadia, Zorro, The Chronicles. I'll have to check that out. Check that out later. The wife is on the way home, so that'll be fun. Oh, I miss Dre. Miss Dre popping into the chat, saying hi, saying hello to everybody. Love the Dre. Love everybody
Dre,
who's here.
Let me know if you've tried Extraction in the chat, man, and what you think of it. Ray loves it so far.
Has he been playing it?
That's what I asked.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
He's good at those games though. So.
Yeah, Squids is good at those games too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, and yeah, you haven't even played Control yet.
No, I haven't got to that, man. My backlog is intense. I've got a lot of games that I want to play. I haven't finished Octopath Traveler. I got like 8 hours into it and put it down, and I probably have to go restart.
Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. Yes, I saw some tweets about that today.
Nice.
When people are saying Stadia's dead, look at this. And then,
I want the first one coming.
I'm still waiting to eat barbecue. Hey, just later, January 31st, they're opening restaurants again to 50% capacity, just in time for the Super Bowl. Not that I go to restaurants for the Super Bowl because I find them annoying. Because people are there not to watch the game, which I don't understand. Dying Light 2, February 4th. Anybody grabbing that?
I heard that game is going to be extremely long, like hundreds of hours long. And it's a kind of a zombie game. I think they're zombies. I forget what they call their disease or whatever it is.
Wasn't there a game that was very short and people were complaining? I know we talked about it on the show with when Ryzak was around because they were talking about War of the Worlds or World of Warcraft. I mean, was it New World or one of those games?
Yeah. Somebody had got through all the content already and said there was nothing to do or something.
Yeah, what game was that?
I think New World.
Yeah, Ray can confirm that because he's been building out his house and building out his whatever I want to call it, his crib in the New World, so he can confirm that. But
right,
yeah,
and yes, Ray, I got to check that out, man. Sounds awesome.
So if there's hundreds of hours, that's awesome. That's what makes Red Dead fun. Although I know they're not doing any more updates, and I've kind of given up on it, kind of like you have as well. Yes, there's still some stuff to do, but
yes, there is. There's absolutely stuff to do, especially with friends online. But the main story is so vibrant and wonderful. Just play that again if you really miss Red Dead. I'd say.
But I don't. And even if they came out with a new Battle Pass, Outlaw Pass, I probably wouldn't even bother because it's just so far down my list now. I think that Ray did a Bounty Boys a week or two ago, and I jumped into that a little bit. And then I think we gave up and went to Wreckfest.
Yeah, playing with friends is where it's at online. But I used to log in every single day to do my gold, to get my gold. And when they changed that, I don't know, that was the dumbest move they ever did.
Yeah. Oh, it was all money based because they had launched that $4.99 PC version.
Yes.
Right. And so they were, it was all money based. It was all, they want you to buy.
They don't want to make it harder to grind for the gold. So you bought it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But it was a good incentive for recurring players to stop in every day, to at least turn it on. And then you get wrapped up in something, go shoot somebody, You know how it goes.
I do that every day. Super Animal Royale and Crata. I jump in every day. I pick up a few of this and a few of that. And Anthony says it's 500 hours long.
Yeah, I heard it was super long, man. Like the main, I think to get through like the main story is over 100 hours, and if you do everything, it's like 500. Yeah, it's long.
That's awesome.
Which for that kind of game that looks that wonderful, it should be fantastic. Mm-hmm. But for a casual person who will pick it up, they'll probably never actually complete the game. Mm-hmm. It's very possible.
Yeah, great for streaming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great for streaming. We talked a little bit about Life is Strange earlier. Thoughts on Stadia Rail Insight. They haven't produced. They did a thing. They do it every 2 weeks. It's it's.
You mean the TWAS or the blog post?
Yeah.
Yeah. He means on other stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. And besides, thinking Microsoft is afraid of Google Stadia. We'll talk about Microsoft eventually.
Yeah, we should have Anthony on to hear his thoughts on that.
I have an interesting idea for Microsoft. When Anthony comes back on, we can talk about it. It was an idea I had before. It was an idea I had before the buyout, before the big announcement. I was actually going to bring it up last week, but then we got derailed about nonsense last week that I caused.
You went missing. People got concerned, Jeff.
No, it was before that.
Oh,
that was before. I don't know why. I was totally and completely upfront, and I said, if we lose, I will disable Twitter. And I said it many times.
Yeah, but you didn't. Hey, let me tell you something. And Ray will probably give me a high five for mentioning it. But no, you didn't. You didn't tell anybody you were going to do a pre-recorded stream, so you didn't have to hear anybody say, "How about them boys?" Okay, that is something you didn't fill anybody in on.
You know what? No, that is wrong.
Okay.
I told my boss, Mr. Lewis. At first, I said, I'm not streaming tomorrow night. This was Sunday.
Yeah. Did he tell you, what the hell? You got to stream. What are you doing?
No, he said, all right, whatever. All right. And then I came back and I said, wait, never mind. I'm going to record a show. So I recorded it Sunday night, fighting back the tears. And then I put it live. Then I sent them a message saying it's going to premiere tomorrow at 8. So, of course, I didn't tell anybody. Everybody jumped in the chat. And then they're like, wait, what the fuck? He's not live?
Yeah,
what
they went
the hell?
They went to lightly rib you, and you were not there live.
I was there.
You were in the chat, probably.
Well, no, my manager was. My management team was there answering on my behalf.
Gotcha.
Ray is right. No balls. None. I went and pouted. I went and told you I was going to go do it. I had to go through the 7 phases of grief. I told them, right? So I had said I was not going to be around.
Metaverse. Woo!
Metaverse.
Big money moving around.
Let's see if the Stadia controller charges up to 100% now. Okay. But yes, I was fully upfront about my disappearance and that I would disable the
You just trailed off, Jeff. I'm supposed to remind you when you do that.
Yeah, I know. I was reading something. But yeah, I told everybody I was going to do it, and so they shouldn't have been surprised that I did do it. whatnot. So if Anthony ever comes back, we can talk about Microsoft. I think I guess he's listening because he said yes, I told him. So I guess he's listening. So I had a thought a couple of weeks ago about NFTs.
Okay. And shout out to Dr. Sense. He explains what NFTs is in a game. If you look up his YouTube account.
There you go. And I was thinking that, although it couldn't happen, I was thinking it would be interesting if you could get an NFT and then it would be replicatable across many games. But that was my original thought. But now I'm revising my thought. Since Microsoft is going to own this large collection, theoretically, you could have a player or skins or other stuff that you digitally buy and then have it roll across different games. Could you imagine having content, a character or a skin from one thing and using that somewhere else?
This is something that Token Gamer has been talking about for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you never listened to him or anything.
I guess I didn't. No.
But yeah, he explained to where in a whole bunch of games that you can have skins, guns, whatever, and you can transfer them all around.
Yeah.
But hey, real quick, not to derail this thought that you just had.
That's all good.
But on one of the Google Stadia Facebook groups, somebody was trying to sell their Google account, their actual Google account. They were trying to sell it for $400 because they had so many Google Stadia games. What do you think about that?
Can you do
no matter how many games they had and actually owned, do you think that's a good idea or any kind of a value?
Are you able to do that? Can you do that?
I don't think so.
You
terms and conditions, I'm sure you
I was going to say there's something in the terms and conditions that even if you did, and they probably know this, they would take the money and then it would get shut down and then you'd be like, well, too bad. It's your fault. I got your money.
Yeah, well, that would be what that was my first thought. But but looking at the post, there was a whole bunch of people going, "Take my money." And I was like, they're gonna take your money because they can't transfer an account. I'm almost sure of it.
No, because there are people who I see posts and tweets where they've got like locked out of their account, or they don't set up two-factor authentication and get stolen, or they don't have a recovery phone or email, and then they can't remember their account password. I just use passwords, so it's easy for me to remember everything. Probably shouldn't have said that. Anyway,
I mean, if you sold it to somebody and you never said anything and you just let them take the email account over, it would probably not be noticed. But
putting a post out,
yeah, definitely against the terms and conditions. I'm sure that
I would think, and that's just
But that's the first time I'd ever seen that, and it kind of shocked me. I was like, "What? How do you think you have value there? You're gonna try to get?"
But haven't people tried to sell their PlayStation accounts and their Xbox
I'm sure.
account? Haven't people tried to do that as well? So I that will never happen.
Yeah, dude said it was a $2,500 value because of the games.
It's like people selling World of Warcraft accounts, WinStar is in the building. Yeah, I don't know how you justify how you quantify that.
Yeah.
You're just really just making up a number here, but it's just a pyramid scheme. You're just trying to it's like the Nigerian prince. It's just the Nigerian prince all over again. It's just some guy. But you know what? He'll probably find there's a sucker born every day, as PT Barnum would say.
I'm going to send you $1 million. I just need the $2,500 tax from you, and then I'll get it right to you. Isn't the Stadia
account linked to a bank account?
No, for you it's linked to a card or a payment source. It is linked to a payment source. So yeah, that's interesting. I wonder how they would have. Well, unless they didn't have Pro, I guess.
You have to go into your settings and you'd have to remove it.
Yeah.
Right? Because then you would probably get an email because I got my credit card had expired and I got a new expiry date.
Yeah, and it
so
told you that your card wasn't good.
Yeah, and so I got an email saying your card isn't good. So if you remove the card from the account, that'd be cool. I'd buy his account.
Ballsy asking right on a Stadia forum though.
I'd
buy this. But...
I'd buy his account if he left his credit card in there.
So you could buy a couple more games.
Yeah, if you left your credit, that's the only reason I'm going to do it is that you leave your card in there, and I could just keep buying stuff. I sold my first WoW account. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, people have sold Diablo accounts. People have sold Diablo items. Even there's a whole bunch of games. We were going to have a retro rewind based on this about the evolution of the markets in games and how a lot of it translates into real world money, so people can buy, content or items. Even Fallout 76, people were selling bottle caps, selling explosive weapons. For real currency, and they would run up and drop it and give it to you in game, which was completely against their terms of service too. I'm not sure if Bethesda squashed that or not.
Yep. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you could allow somebody to change the password. So that happened to my son. I think I've told this story about how I have a Steam account. The only reason I started a Steam account, my son in some Discord got some link and he got it from, he thought, a trusted source, and he clicked on it, and then he put in his stuff, and boom, it was taken over by William at .ru or something like spg.ru. And we're like, what the hell, dude? So then he comes down, he tells me. So I eventually I troll the internet, I find a support page, and it says log in, and I'm like, oh, fuck. So I had to go and create an account, come back to that page, log in, explain what had happened in the thing. Then the next day I got an email back saying, we understand. Can you just verify stuff? What was the last 4 digits of the credit card last used? What was the last couple of things? Things that only we would know because we just, used it, right? So we did that. They verified it. And then they sent a link to a different email, not to the same one, to a different email. And he could reset his password and he got his Steam account back. But
well, that's good because he probably had a bunch of games in that account.
He was freaking out and panicking, and then the email back came with a little lecture for him. I said, "Here, read that,
yeah,
dude, read that." So they came with a little lecture saying, "Don't."
Have you ever been locked out of Facebook? That is a nightmare, dude. Getting locked out of Facebook. I've had to send them my driver's license. Oh, hey, wow. It's me. And after all that, they're still like, "Hey, here are 3 contacts we picked from your list. Reach out to them." I'm like, I can't. It's silly, but anyway.
I don't think I have, but I think I have, like, in most of those, I have like a recovery email or recovery phone, so I can recover it. I think. Gotcha. But I don't know about Facebook. I don't know about Facebook.
It's a nightmare if somebody takes your account and you try to get it back. I forgot my password and tried to log in too many times. And then, and another time, I've had like 3 Facebook. I hate Facebook, man. But anyway, that's a long story.
I don't know anyone who doesn't hate Facebook, to be honest, but people use it. Mostly old people. It's going to die off at some point when all us old people die.
Yeah. Well, hey, all the young people. I love your MySpace.
Yeah. Thank you.
You've done wonderful things with it, Jeff.
Well, what can I tell you? So there you go. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's called a phishing link. Yes. My son knew better, but it came from a trusted source, so he thought. But
get this, Jeff. My mom was on Facebook and she saw an advertisement for a 2-carat diamond something, and she's old.
From Ray?
No, no. If it was from Ray, it would have been a real 2-carat diamond, I'm sure. He don't mess around in the jewelry game. You ought to hear some of the stories.
Exactly.
But no, she ordered this thing, and she paid with her actual debit card. And it came in the mail, and it was like a Wish package. It was just crap. It was garbage. It was fake.
Yeah.
Anyway, she got a hold of them and complained and said, "Hey, I'd like a refund. Give me a shipping label. I'll get this back to you." They said, "You have to log into your PayPal," and kept sending her bogus PayPal things to go log into her PayPal so they could go at her for more money.
Have you ever seen those guys, those YouTube guys that go after those guys in those call centers and like take over their computers and like they pretend to be little old people, and then they take over their computers, and then they reverse and turn on their webcams, and they show webcams of their, and like they Google Met.
Yes.
You ever watch?
Yes, what they do is they will create a virtual machine.
Yes, correct.
They'll create a virtual machine so that anybody that messes with their system, at a click of a button, it resets. There's no virus. It's fine. So they'll get on the phone with these people from wherever they're at, India, wherever, Pakistan. And sometimes they even get access to their files and computers.
That's what. They deleted his own files, turns on his own webcam, finds his address, and pulls up a map of his house.
What they like to do is syskey. And what syskey does is, it's whenever you go to boot your computer, it goes to boot and then it just stops and it wants a password. And without that password, you're locked out of your stuff. And then what they'll say is, hey, you want the password? Give us money and we'll unlock it for you. Yeah, it's a horrible. I do IT work around town for elderly people, and so many times they've gotten calls from them, or the pop-up will pop up and lock their browser, and they think, oh no, and then they call the number. I've helped so many people with that, man. Sad.
These guys are hilarious. Now, Mark Roper, he's the bomb, he's the glitter bomb guy. Do you know him?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I don't know him personally, but I know he keeps upgrading the glitter bomb. He
does. So
very fascinating.
He teamed up with one of these guys, and so there's like a whole episode where they team up with one of these guys and they intercept the package. They work with FedEx. They work with the police. They intercept the package.
Nice.
And then it turns out the people in the States grabbing the packages are all just mules. They're just, they get $100 and then they ship it all back, right? And so the one of them is hilarious. I think I know what channel. I mean, the guy that puts the wig on. Yeah. There's a bunch of them that do that. Yes.
Yeah.
But then, so this person, this lady, she picked up the package. She went to open it. Of course, glitter all over the place. Well, then of course the police pull her over because the police are watching.
Yeah.
And she's trying to explain how why do you have glitter all over you? She's like, and because, anyone who's hung out in strip clubs,
I strip on Sundays.
Yeah. Anyone who has spent any time in strip clubs, glitter is really hard to get off. Never mind.
You've gotten in trouble, apparently. Okay.
Yeah, never mind. So anyways, yes. So yeah.
I'll send that over to you, Lee. You don't have to do it tonight or nothing, but thank you, sir.
Yeah. Good night, Lee.
Have a great night.
Thanks for helping him out. Yeah, thanks for helping him out. All right, where was I here? I know what channel. Yeah, there's a few of those, Dre, of these guys that do that. The one guy, there's one of them. It's hilarious. He made a Windows 95 box. And so the poor guy didn't know anything. He's like, do this, and it didn't work. Do that, that didn't. Because it's a Windows 95 box, right?
Yes, that's hilarious.
He took it over. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I love it when they mess with those guys because just think of how many thousands of people they could hit a day for $300. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know, man.
Well, a lot of them too is the Windows warranty. They say, "Hey, you never used your warranty. Let's connect," and then they make you type stuff into a DOS box that doesn't work, and then they take over. And then
they'll type in a little thing as a command, and it brings up a bunch of stuff, but it's
garbage. It's garbage. Yeah, and then they do the inspect element, and they change your bank account to make it look like they transferred you money, and it's a whole. They make you do a whole bunch of things and.
Oh wow, Bruce! I've never heard of that, man. I imagine though, with games like Diablo and other games, man, that's got to be out there. But man, that sounds a bit risky. What do you think, Jeff?
So one thing I don't understand, and maybe Ray can explain it to me. Maybe somebody else can explain it to me.
Yes, that's what I was referring to, Bruce, before about you could, like in Fallout 76, you could purchase the hard dropped items that to find, you can just buy them, buy bottle caps, explosive weapons, a bunch of stuff. Same with Diablo. You can go on to certain markets and go buy real items and they'll come and drop them in the game for you. And,
something I've never understood is, in EA, especially with Madden and I think FIFA, everything is coin-based. And so some of the big streamers, they advertise, go and you can buy, from these coin companies. Well, it's supposed to be illegal. It's supposed to be against the EA, Madden, FIFA terms of service.
To get your coins from somebody other than them?
Yeah. But then there's these streamers who are promoting these coin, banks or whatever, and then people do it, and then they get their account suspended. So it's something I've never.
Or you have a 12-year-old that likes Fortnite, and they have all those places how to get free coins, and you never get free coins. They just put malware on your shit.
Yeah.
And because there's no way to get
doing
around. They have that shit locked down because it's their moneymaker. Yeah, it's their moneymaker.
Yes. So that's something I understand.
So Jeff, I got 18 miles until next turn.
Why the hell are you so loud?
Oh, sorry. So I got 18 miles until my next turn. So let's talk, man.
So what did you think of my Microsoft idea? I guess it's also Token Gamer's idea too, that a lot of cross, you get something in one game, and then imagine playing Assassin's Creed and you whip out your lightsaber. Or you start throwing Lego at them or something, or wearing your Assassin's Creed outfit in I don't know, name a game, some other game.
No, I get it. So I think it's cool. I'm glad that Pro mentioned Token Gamer, because he's been talking about that since the day I met him. And
I must have missed that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's cool because now, when he first told me about it, I'm like, but now seeing where things is going, I'm like, oh wow, that's kind of crazy. But
the future.
Yeah, I kind of did. And remember, when I first met him, I did an interview with him, or sit down discussion, and he went on and on for 2 hours about this whole Bitcoin and Dogecoin and stuff. I'm just like, what? It can't even leave my brain because he went on and on. It's called blockchain. That's the whole blockchain universe. How you'll be able to take something from one game to the next game. But yeah, man, listen. Everybody's talking about this multiverse, and if Microsoft owns so much stuff, or the metaverse, why not them just make their own metaverse and you playing Call of Duty, and then all of a sudden, blah blah blah. Now, I was watching Rock's show, and he said Ubisoft is only worth, I think, 6.6 billion. So they was like, do you think Google or do you think Microsoft will buy Ubisoft? So it's so interesting what's going on.
I think Google should have bought Ubisoft. As much as they've partnered together at the company level to get some of their games out and to actually test their technology, I think they should have partnered with Ubisoft. They should buy it and make that their in-house studio, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I think the only problem is Ubisoft already is going to be on Xbox, so it's going to be the first console. And then, Ubisoft already is on PCs. I mean, if Stadia was to buy them, then they would be, for me, I think they'd be losing money because we already know the player base is small on Stadia. So literally, they'll be losing out on money to be exclusive to Stadia. Now, what I think they should do is Stadia buy them and make them be a part of Stadia Pro, but then everybody else still have them. Because that's honestly what Microsoft should do. Call of Duty, biggest player base is on PlayStation. So do they want to lose that money? So allow PlayStation to still have it, but you got to. Whereas it'll just be on Game Pass, and people will be like for instance, right? Extraction, right? I'm like I said earlier, do I just say, all right, I'm gonna spend $17.99 to get Ubisoft Plus back on Stadia, or do I say, you know what, I'll spend $14.99 and get a Game Pass for a month just so I can play the game? I mean, it is cross plays, right?
Well, put it this way: if Stadia bought Ubisoft, I think it would be a great idea for them, because they would have a company that's worth good money, that is pumping out good games that would be sold on every market possible, every device possible, and they could be working behind the scenes on special cloud-based games that Ubisoft could do, like the open world stuff they're so good at. But it would be dedicated cloud game. They could have both worlds. I'm saying with Ubisoft. I
Right.
think.
Like you know how the Assassin's Creed Infinity? What if that was a cloud game? You know?
Yeah, but Stadia is in no position that we know of to be buying that. Microsoft is trying to buy Blizzard, and what do you guys think the chances of that happening are due to monopoly laws and our government and blah blah blah?
That was a question I had for you guys because I don't know all and the chat because I don't know all about your laws around all of that, and it's not just the U.S., it's the EU, right? So I think there's I wonder what are the odds that it will go through because of the just like you said, the rules. I just don't know all of the rules.
Yeah, because a lot of people just think it's a given, but they made interest to purchase Activision Blizzard. They did not purchase Activision Blizzard. So, yeah.
Wasn't it, correct me if I'm wrong, the American guys, didn't somebody like Sprint and T-Mobile want to buy each other or something, and that got turned down initially?
So what happened was T-Mobile wanted to buy Sprint, and it took some years for it to go through. But as of last year, or maybe 2 years ago, it did go through. Now, there was a point in time where it was either Verizon or AT&T wanted to buy T-Mobile, but the United States didn't allow that to happen because that would have been too big. Right. So.
Yeah, and I don't even think that's why. Because if you really look at a lot of these, I mean, if you really go back to the reason they break this stuff up is because of monopolies and stuff. They haven't used those laws. They haven't used those laws in a long time. There's a whole bunch of
no, that's not 100% accurate. So Sprint owned Boost Mobile, and in order for the merger to go through, they had to.
You heard what they said. The reason it fell through. I'm just saying. I understand what you mean, but when you get into corruption and everything else, when you
I'm just saying is that Sprint literally had to let Boost Mobile go and be their own entity. So T-Mobile does not own Boost Mobile. They that was too much, so they couldn't. The United States wouldn't allow them to let them keep that as well.
But do they care? But do they care about gaming? Do they care if there's a monopoly in gaming? Because
I don't know, man.
There's still Epic. And there's still, you know, Tencent still out there owning shit.
So can somebody explain Tencent to me? Because that's what I don't get. Apparently, they're bigger than like everybody. So what the hell does Tencent even own? Because
they're Chinese, right? They own everything. They own all the Chinese, WeChat and all of that stuff, right? And there's billions of people over there.
Okay, so it's nothing. I only seen one game that said Tencent on it, and that was like that little rock game that's on your phone, and it was on the PlayStation where you like flick the rock to knock over stuff. So, and I remember it saying Tencent. So I don't know.
So Dre said, by the way, to Anthony, you made a video about Xbox seeing the competition. I just seen an article in a Belgium newspaper that said the same thing you said in their video. Hope they gave you credit in that article. It's like they copied your video, it says.
I mean, obviously the motivation is money. But besides that, what do you think the motivation is for Microsoft? How do you think it's going to help them? Because if you haven't played a Blizzard game, you're probably not going to.
Right.
I mean, if you're not actively playing Blizzard games, you're probably not going to start. So.
Right. And don't forget Activision. I mean, Call of Duty was like the best-selling game, I want to say, for like 13 years straight. Call of Duty is one of the most popular video games, period. I mean, I stopped playing it a long time ago, but that's a big thing. So I just think Microsoft is really trying to finally say, you know what? We got the money and Game Pass is popular. You know what? Let's throw our money at the wall to show we are the most dominant video game company. And honestly, Sony I don't know if you guys noticed, but Sony lost $20 billion on their stocks after Microsoft did this. So
all that is conjecture, though, and like panic within the market because of the big move.
Correct.
Peloton today said they were going to stop or pause making equipment. Their stock tanked, and they're going to come back in a few months and say we're making equipment again, and their stock's going to back up. It's people.
That's what sucks about not having any real information. We're not a fly on the wall in the boardroom to diagnose a lot of this stuff, but it is a giant move. It is a hell of a lot of money. And pretty soon, it looks like if it's allowed, Microsoft is going to almost own everything, man.
Well, look at it this way, right? Let's put into perspective
and
for
then
the chat.
They'll start ruining everything.
Well, look, let's put into perspective. I'm gonna talk about that real quick, but let's put into perspective how big this is. So they want to buy Activision Bethesda for 68.7 billion. Nintendo is only worth, let me not say only, but still, Nintendo is worth 58 billion. So that's more than what Nintendo is worth. So put this in perspective, how massive this deal is.
Yeah,
It's
but
more
just
than
think about from a business perspective. What's worth more to your brand, having all in Nintendo or Activision and
Oh,
Blizzard?
hell yeah. But Nintendo is an offshore company. They probably would never do that. But here's another thing, though, right? So they could do all they want by all the companies. But somebody said this, and this is true. Microsoft bought Rare, and they didn't do a damn thing with Rare. There's no that Killer Instinct wasn't that great. They never did nothing with Conker's Bad Fur Day. All these amazing IPs that Rare had, and what happened? They didn't do nothing great. So they could throw all the money they want, but they have to actually produce games, because at the end of the day, we want games.
Do you think that Activision Blizzard went to them because of all of the off-field, I'm going to call it off-field activities that was going on to try to clean all that up and just kind of.
That is why some people think that it's going to become political. More eyes are on it because of the extracurricular activities of some of these people.
So what I think is Microsoft knew they was hurting, and I think Microsoft was like, you know what? Why would they turn this deal down? So I personally don't think they went to Microsoft. I think Microsoft said, you know what? Let's give them an offer. And we could turn the ship, turn things around, turn the ship around. So that's what I think.
Maybe. Your boy Crow Resin says Tencent invests heavily in gaming companies, even if their name isn't on it. For example, they own 40% of Epic Games.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
There you go. And Mr. Urban World says your image, Anthony, looks like you're in the Alan Wake video game.
Well, look, let's have Sandy. What do you got to say about this, Sandy?
What?
Just in general.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
What's going on?
Not much. Is Anthony driving in a good manner?
He's doing all right.
Good deal.
I might not lose my life tonight.
Maybe not. She might lose her life on this tubing when we do that.
Did you just? Okay, I won't go there.
Might want to make you a U-turn, cowboy. Looks like you're in a horror game.
Yeah.
Ray's washing dishes because he's a good husband. Anthony, there's someone in the back seat. Look out! There's somebody in the back seat. Whoops, the family's doing well. From Ray, Cowboys camera.
Guys, I got pretty.
Blair Witch.
I got pretty.
Not shaking enough for Blair Witch.
Yeah, right. I gotta go like this. I'm pretty excited. They got a hot tub at this house we're going to, so I love hot water. We love to just sit and marinate in a hot tub. So we're excited about that.
You guys better do a hot tub stream on Twitch, because that's where you got to do your hot tub stream on Twitch.
I mean,
right?
I do got a Twitch account. Listen, I do got a Twitch account, and Jeff, hold on.
Interchange on the right.
I do got a Twitch account, and if we want to talk about that a little bit, Jeff, how the whole world is going to Twitch.
Anthony's this close to members only.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Oh, if he'd rather do it on
guys,
his own, if he'd rather do it on his OnlyFans, William, that would be fine. As a big OnlyFans creator.
Do you guys want to talk about how every streamer is going to Twitch? I got a conspiracy about that. It seems that everyone who's ever been a Stadia streamer and started becoming a GFN streamer is now leaving YouTube to be a Twitch streamer.
Well, hear me now and mark it down. Everyone's going to be moving to Mixer soon.
Probably.
Mixer? Wait, Mixer is back?
No.
No. So
I'm about to say, wait, hold up.
No. So it was funny. I was watching Dr. Disrespect because he had that thing going with Tim, because Dr. Disrespect is from San Francisco Bay Area. Ray can correct me where he's, I don't know exactly.
In half a mile, take the interchange on the right.
I'd sell that hot tub too.
Ray, So he's from Ray's area. I'm going to say San Francisco. Ray might correct me, say, he's actually from here, but he's in that area. Whereas Tim is co-owner of Complexity Gaming, which is based out of Dallas, co-owned by Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. So they had this little thing going.
Take the interchange on the right. Then keep right at the fork.
Sorry about that.
Quiet. So they were talking, he was talking about whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he was talking about the Microsoft deal. And they said, if they bring Mixer back, would you go on it? Would you switch? And he went, I wouldn't say no. He kind of hinted that he may, if they throw enough money at him. He said on I don't know if that one or another, he didn't go to Mixer the first time because it wasn't enough money. They didn't throw enough money at him. But if they bring it back, and I agree with Crow. You joke about Mixer, but I
agree with Crow. Ray was on Twitch first, so he's a trendsetter. I think that's the conspiracy. They're all chasing Ray over there.
That could be. Yeah, no, that could be.
Well, I asked Ace, and I asked Ace on his show, and I was like, dude, so what's the deal with all these people, blah blah blah, going? And he said, well, YouTube's a little oversaturated with streamers. Everybody know everybody, so a lot of people figure, you know what? Let's go to Twitch. I think. So what I think is GFN is throwing people money so they could stop streaming on YouTube because Google owns Stadia and owns YouTube. So I think they're like, you know what? Let's pull our, let's stop having people watch our content, for the people like Vet that's being paid to stream GFN. So let's just, I want you to take.
Cowboy, I just have to say that idea is not, you didn't think that through too good, because if you could get your content onto another platform that you don't own, it's just a big advertisement.
Yeah, but think about it, right? Why help YouTube out? Think about it. Every time people are streaming on YouTube, that's fueling more money for Google, and Google could turn that movie into into Stadia.
Doesn't video do commercials on YouTube?
Oh, I'm sure they do, but that's for both of you though, But I think it's like, okay, if we're gonna pay, because Vet's being paid off to stream GFN. So if people like Vet's being paid to stream GFN, why not pull that away from YouTube, put it on a different platform? I'm just saying, it's my conspiracy theory, but
Crow, nobody thinks that there's a conspiracy theory, except Anthony.
Look, Jim and look how Jim and Meg is now on Twitch, right? Everybody's going to Twitch, and I wonder if Stadia Vet is upset and jealous that Meg is doing something with Jim and not him. Conspiracies.
Didn't Jem say he, before he blocked me, didn't he say, or maybe after he blocked me, didn't he say that he was quitting streaming forever?
I know he said he was shutting down his channel.
Vet has a question for you. If he's being paid, where the hell is his money?
I mean, they gave you 2 laptops, so I know that was a legit, because you said it. So I'm pretty sure they told you can't tell people that you're being paid. It's called an NDA, buddy.
So I get it. It's a double. Like he can deny it, but there's an NDA. So even if he was, he couldn't tell you. I get it.
That's right. And listen, once you said
Crash Bandicoot long distance buddy, that sounds.
Once he said they actually gave him 2 laptops, I was like, wait, what? So at that point, I was like, hold up. Something ain't right here. So that gave me my very first conspiracy theory. Now, if that never happened, I'd be like, But no, that's I don't know. He said his computer broke, and they literally shipped him 2 laptops because he wasn't able to stream. Come on, guys.
That makes sense, bro. That makes sense.
Come on, man.
So Crow says Jem moved to Twitch because it's not platform specific. If he streams on YouTube, everyone expects him to use Stadia. I don't know if that's true, but okay.
Well, that fuels my conspiracy. Think about it. If he decides not to stream on YouTube because people link it to Stadia and just picture that. Hey, I'm gonna stream GFN. My bad. GFN told me or threw me a bag of cash to no longer stream on YouTube and stream on Twitch. I'm telling you guys,
Mr. Urban World, you need to name that book Kryptonite. Just saying.
I'm on to it, man. I'm on to it.
Mr. Urban World is going to sell a book on how to defeat Anthony. All his weaknesses will be listed for the low price of $19.99.
Oh,
but is that all?
Should be called Kryptonite.
But is that all? Not going to throw in a Ginsu knife. He's not going to. That's it. He's not throwing in any. Yeah.
As long as I make a percentage off the book, do it.
And is the ShamWow guy going to be hawking it, or is it the Flex Tape guy? Who's the official?
Is the ShamWow guy going to be hawking it?
Oh man,
it's an interesting statement.
There you go. All his GFN offered me a 2-piece meal from KFC.
Better it came with a biscuit, man.
Yo, yeah, but I got to come with a biscuit. Come on now, don't sell yourself short.
There you go.
Right. Got to have a biscuit.
It's going to be worth $500 million in 2 years. It's going to take 2 years to get $500,000.
What would be worth that?
Your book.
Oh yeah.
Sierra, if you want to come on, you are more than welcome to come on and say hi to the chat. I don't know if anyone's ever seen you in person. We're now hearing you in RecFest, which we never did for years.
Yeah. We seen her in person when he did their book reading.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. I forgot about that.
Pro lied to me and Sandy is very upset because she was waiting for us to do our couples thing.
Yeah, man, we still plan on doing that. Yeah,
Wait,
we
do.
We just got to figure out a time.
You guys are going to be
hey, Will, the other day, Sandy had a dartboard with your face on it and was throwing darts at it. I was like, what are you doing? She's like, he lied to me.
Well, that'll be the first discussion we have.
Yeah. I said, listen, I'm mad at him too. It took 8 months for him to get me on the show.
On Retro Rewind, yeah.
Well, that was on purpose.
I know.
He would keep saying, should we put Anthony on? We're like, no. Every week he was back. It was the rest of us like, no, we don't want him. No, we don't want him. No, we don't want him. No, we don't want him.
Pro,
you're going to swap seats with me, Sierra, in just a minute. Go ahead.
Pro, are you gearing up for season 2? Like, when do you have a date?
We're gonna be. It's gonna be mid to the end of February. My birthday is around the 20th, so it'll probably be around then or a little after.
That's soon. I thought you was gonna say like summertime. Wow.
Yeah. We're gonna start up here soon, but I don't have a date yet.
We're just working out. We're working out guests. We're working out schedules. We're working out stuff.
We are doing a move though. We're staying at Sundays at 2 p.m. CST. But
and you're going to Twitch also?
No. But we're using Melon instead of StreamYard now.
Okay.
Because StreamYard was costing $50 a month for the Pro, and I turned around and bought the Pro version of Melon for $100 for life. Yeah, I
heard about that. So have you been using it? How is it? If you have,
it's basically the same as StreamYard.
Okay.
I think StreamYard may be just a little bit more refined, but anything you can do. I would suggest go over and check out some Rock content. His stuff is always amazing and has high production value. He does it with Melon. So
yeah, you know what's cool is Rock actually. We were talking about it, and he was like, watch the January pro game video so I could check it out. So the other night I was actually watching his video to see what it looked like. It looked,
nice.
Very similar. I was actually watching videos of this versus, those two versus each other. I
will say this though, Anthony. I'm using a green screen with a fake background, and when you're in the Melon studio, I'm not sure about the playback, but when you're in the Melon studio, it seems like you're a millisecond behind a little bit.
Okay.
So Lee says he's in bed reading Twitter. Google, Apple, Netflix poised to make a big EA valued, a big play for, I guess, make a bid for EA valued at $68 billion.
Wow.
EA isn't worth 68 cents.
Well,
but whatever.
Google, Apple, and Netflix posed. Oh wow. If Google bought EA,
honestly, I think I think whoever
If
gets
Google-
EA
if
might have
Google-
headaches.
If Google bought EA, I would go and work for them for free and fix the bloody games, fire Clint, and say, I don't care, shut Madden down and fix it. And I would bring in Ryan, I'd bring in our boy Soft Drink, and you know what? Let's fix the game. And if it can't be fixed, if you can't fix it, shut it down.
I've heard you yell about Madden a whole bunch, Jeff. I have a question for you. If you were in charge of Madden, let's say they hired you to come in and make Madden correct, would you go in and squash all the bugs and fix a few animations? Or would you say, all right, throw it out?
No, you got to start again. Got to complete
from the ground up.
Got to start from the ground up. 100%.
All right, you're the man. I would hire you.
You got to start. You can't. It's too, there's too much, as we like to say, spaghetti code. There's just too many legacy pieces of crap in there. It has to be like when that's what they did when they moved to different versions of consoles. They rebuilt. They didn't since then, right? When they went from the 2 to the 3, they rebuilt it.
Yes.
That's why all the features of the PlayStation 2 versions left, because they didn't put them back.
I think the franchise license or whatever needs to be shared, because having
100%.
one damn football
100%.
game sucked. I remember in the 90s, you could play a whole bunch of different kind of football games.
100%. 100%. So
that's what they just did with WWE 2K22. They just rebuilt it from the ground up because they skipped a year because of COVID, and the year before that it was just terrible. So they rebuilt
where they were falling through the mat and their moves weren't working.
Yeah, so they rebuilt it. So, and now they launched the date, which will be March 11th. They got a brand new trailer, and it does not say Stadia. They said it was going to be Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, but no cloud gaming was shown. So
right on.
We'll see though. What was I going to say? EA. I can't remember what I was going to say.
I might have to make a rant video.
So I can't wait to see what gets added to Killed by Microsoft.info after they successfully complete the merger.
Yeah, that's true though.
You know, because everyone talks about Killed by Google, and then when I send them Killed by Microsoft, they're like, oh no, that doesn't count.
Yeah, you got to think Microsoft's not going to do something with everything. Some stuff is not going to make it. You know.
Nope. Yep. It'll get killed.
But I might have to make a rant video. So if Stadia doesn't get WWE 2K, I'm gonna have to make a rant video and flip out and flip tables and scream. I did say that's the one game that Stadia doesn't get. Like Duncan was like, "No, are you gonna leave Stadia?" I was like, "Where did I ever say that?" You said that. I said, "No, I didn't." I said that if Stadia doesn't get WWE 2K22, I'm gonna have a problem. Is what I said.
Well, I don't have a problem if there's a game that I really want to play that's not on Stadia. I don't have a problem seeking it out and trying to find it. But a perfect solution would be if all the companies have a cloud-based solution, especially Nintendo. Man, I'm gonna have to break down and buy a Switch if I want Zelda or Mario. And but I would love an online or a cloud-based solution to play Mario. I would love a cloud-based solution to play Xbox games, which is there now. Go ahead.
So bro, I'm mainly a multiplayer guy, and the thing is, I would only want to play WWE 2K if I could play with like Ray and Mr. Urban World. So if it don't come to Stadia, chances are I probably wouldn't buy it. I'll probably go check it out. Like my brother, him and I was big wrestling fans. I know he's gonna buy it day one. He got a PlayStation 5. I'll probably go play with him, like a couple times out of the week or something like that. But I probably wouldn't buy it myself if I can't get on Stadia. Now, one single player games. That's why I keep a PlayStation, because I just gamefly them, like rent them, play them, beat them, like a Resident Evil. Once me and my wife beat the Leon side of it, because we just beat Claire, we're going to just send it back. But Stadia is my home as far as, I want to play my multiplayer game with all of you guys,
Yeah, it's the convenience is there for me, man. I'm building basically a gaming rig to stream from. Pretty much. I'm not using it for AAA games. I can, but that's not why I'm building it. I'm building it for streaming.
And that's the same thing with my gaming laptop. It's a 2060 RTX, got all the bells and whistles, but SSD, blah, blah, blah. But I would never download anything on it. I just use it to stream. But I will say this, I'm driving up to the mountain, so I'm going to see if Stadia where that's going to be cool.
Well, I'm up in.
I'm going to mute him. He's starting to break up. We'll bring him
you're
back.
breaking up really bad.
We'll bring him back in a bit if he gets out of whatever little dead zone.
But with my new PC build, I should be able to stream in 4K, so that should be interesting.
If WWE comes to Stadia, you guys can play my game in the cloud. Okay.
Nice.
All right. I play Extraction on Luna, Xbox, Stadia, and GeForce Now.
Excellent.
There you go.
And with cross progression, man, that's fantastic.
I heard that he was able to bounce from one to the other and do his thing. And
yep.
It's true. There is not much the cloud can. And again, I commented on someone's tweet who said, the latency and this and that in Stadia. And it's just like, I said, I played on my mother's 10 megabit down, 0.0001 up. And it played fine. So you know what? If you're obviously it's your problem, not the platform, because there were moments when I was playing Wreckfest with Ray where I had to make sure everything was off, and sometimes he'll come up and said, you're a little unstable, but I still pushed through. I think a couple of times I may have crashed and hung on Ray's, we were doing Wreckfest Saturday night, possibly and stuff. But again, before I got the new upgraded my mommy's internet.
Right.
Let me know if you guys.
Oops. All right. Is that better, Anthony?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What I was saying was I'm going up into the mountains, so I'm going to test Stadia and see if it works. I'll let you know.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, some guy was where he's at the top of the Eiffel Tower or something, and then John Scars said he was going to go to the top of the CN Tower, but again, the cell tower is right there, so that would have been like if he was using either their Wi-Fi or mobile, like the cell tower is right there above him. So I think that would have been a great test.
You know what I should do?
Towers up there.
I should see if I could play Stadia underwater.
There you go.
Hey, I am going to swap seats with Sierra now. So,
nice.
She is not a huge gamer, but she loves Wreckfest and
that's what we're going to talk about.
Rain and stuff. But I'm going to shut my camera off real quick. We're going to switch seats.
You guys switch over. That'd be awesome.
And then,
thanks for popping in, William. Appreciate it.
It was a lot of fun.
Appreciate you always popping in and coming and saving the day as always.
So you want to jump on? All right. Well, look, then I'm gonna pop out and let you guys, let you guys have your thing too, man.
All right, sounds good. Drive safe, Anthony. Message us to let you know you're all. Message the world to let you know you're safe.
I will. I got 44 miles to my next turn, so.
Oh God, I don't know how far that is, but okay.
I forgot you're from Canada. All right, later.
Okay, later. All right, he's gone. Now we're just waiting for this other guest of honor to appear on. No, yes, man. What does Mr. Urban World say? Wait, no, he's not joking. I will host any game that doesn't come to Stadia for us all to play. He's still going about VR for whatever reason. Windstar is in the house. Big shout out to everybody in the chat, especially Ray, Mr. Urban World, Dre, Vet, Windstar, everybody that's here. Appreciate everybody popping in and giving their opinions. Some of their opinions aren't valid. Oh, there she is, the queen of Stadia.
Oh, I am no queen, sir.
The baker among bakers. The baker among bakers. Hey, do you need $100 cake?
Yeah.
Do you want $100 cake?
No, thank you.
Want me to ship you $100 cake?
Yeah, but when you get down to it, though, are you paying for how good it tastes, or are you paying for Buddy's name? Because I think you're paying for his name.
The Facebook posts, even mine that I had put up on pictures, and people were commenting. They're like, it may be great, but we're paying. Yeah, ultimately he's making money. He's getting royalties. You're paying for his name.
Hands down.
There's something going on. And for those that don't know, the cake boss Betty Velasco and his Carlos Bakery, they opened up a franchise, a local family in where I live in Mississauga, Ontario. They opened up a franchise a few weeks ago. The lineups have been out the door from what I've seen. I haven't been around, but I've seen Facebook posts and other people have said, I tried to go and the light was out the door and it was -20 and I didn't feel like waiting. And so lineups are out the door. They must be killing it for now because it's the new in thing, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's trendy right now.
It's new. Everyone's going there so they can say they tried it once. And when people say, oh, did you try it? People said they tried it, right? So, Sierra Rose, look at the whole chat is just blowing up. the queen
Hello,
of the queen of Wreckfest. Now there was a complaint lodged against you. I don't know if you heard.
Oh, really?
There was a complaint that you and William team up to take out others, or whatever. So there was some complaints lodged, not by me.
Well, I can honestly say
by other misters of world and urbans in worlds of urban. I don't know who, but I'm just saying. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to address. You want to address what people are.
Yeah, no, we don't team up. Like, I mean, if we're playing like by ourselves with nobody, sure, but it's kind of like when you're playing with friends and family, it's like everything's free reign. So like. You get hit in the quarter panel. I mean, la-di-da, Yeah. No. Yeah. But there's definitely no teaming up, no ganging up against anybody. I mean, there have been times I've taken him out and vice versa. So,
we'll need video evidence of that. Do you have any evidence of that? I don't ever, Mr. Urban World Ray, do you ever remember that happening? I have to take my headset off for that.
Yeah.
I literally saw Stadia Pro spare you, LOL.
And to be fair, I've never made him sleep on the couch for it either.
He had a fancy limo that could have destroyed you. What did he say?
Oh, he said he's never slept on the couch. Woo! Like we've never, that's never really been a thing. I've never looked at him and been like, to the couch. Like that's not how I roll.
He had a fancy limo that could have destroyed. That's only because it's minus 7,000 degrees in North Dakota, and you just need the extra body heat. I think that's the reason.
So we're just going through another cold snap. So today when I woke up this morning, it was negative 21 degrees Fahrenheit, but it felt like negative 34.
There you go. I know he had to fix your truck one day. He was out in the minus 40 and fixing your truck. And a couple of days you missed work just because it was too cold or too much snow or something. I remember seeing some tweets or something.
Well, and so like when the weather gets really bad, because I have to travel for work. I travel anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes to get where I'm going for work. And a lot of that is open country driving. So now if you guys in the chat have never been in a winter state, like winter sucks enough, but then when you get to open country, when there's no trees to block it, there's no houses or anything, like it'll just blow right across the road. And like, I mean, there have been times I couldn't go to work because I literally couldn't see over the hood of my truck.
Oh, somebody in the chat says you're a lovely woman, so that's some positive chat for you. It's only one person that's tossing the hate at you, it seems, which means Saturday on Ray's stream we're gonna have to just go and really take him out.
Hey, but you know what they say? Haters gonna hate. I can't help that I'm awesome.
Well, that would make a great song.
I'm actually pretty sure there might be one. I mean, nothing, no music, no movie, nothing is original anymore. So. I guess that. Actually.
Crow says she's even nicer in person.
Well, I try to be a good noodle.
That's why I said when he said he had to stop for a second or two because you were coming home, I said, let's put her on. I know we've heard her, we've seen her a little bit, but let's get her on the big show. Better than her than Anthony.
Jeez,
better her than Anthony.
Prime time. This is weird.
Dude, she's enjoying your words. Get her number.
But yeah, no, I'm usually, I don't know. I never used to like go on camera and da-da-da-da-da. It's kind of weird for me, but.
No, I haven't seen, have you done a book show lately?
Lately, no. We've been kind of discussing. I don't know if it's going to be a book review thing anymore. But there is definitely room for me to go ahead and do something like that on my own. Because, I mean, I do have my own YouTube channel. So if I wanted to review books on my channel and then we change up our show on the Piper's Picks one. But, I mean, it's just kind of open right now. We don't really know what we're planning on doing, but we do want to do something.
Oh, that's not appropriate. That's certainly, I didn't read that before I clicked on the thing. Sometimes I read the thing. Sometimes I just clicked on it. So,
and it's like super duper weird, the setup he's got. Cause like I'm trying to like look at the screen, but then I'm not looking at the camera. Like I can't do the stare into your soul thing that Mr. Urban World was talking about. Like how he felt like SPG could see him. Like, I don't want to just be like, you know, in the camera. Like I'm trying not to be weird.
And how's the TV?
TVs.
TVs.
Well,
the TV's the one that you stole.
It does what it's supposed to. It's a TV, I guess. I don't like. Our interests are very different there. Like he's super techie. He's like, you know, want to be up to date.
What did you think of the Boba Fett picture?
Oh, the Boba Fett picture was hands down amazing. I mean, there are things that we've watched on the TV that are just phenomenal. Like it looks like you could reach through the TV and brush the sand off of his forehead. I mean, it does look great, but I don't get super fangirly for like technology. I mean, I'm kind of like,
so,
I guess.
So you guys have been watching the Boba Fett?
Oh, yep.
I made the call to wait till they're all out so I can watch them all at the same time because Hawkeye almost killed me waiting a week because it would get to an end. I'd be like, ah!
Well, and isn't that insane? I mean, just look at how far we've come. Like, you had to watch your TV show one episode a week at a time. Well, now they release them all at once, and then you spend a week binging it, and then you have to wait a whole another year. Like, it's
well,
the instant gratification, but it's not always good.
Tomorrow night, tomorrow, I don't exactly know when I'm going to say, Ozark Season 4, Part 1 is launching on Netflix. So tomorrow night, if you're looking for me after 9 p.m. Eastern, I will be unavailable. I will be watching. I don't know how many episodes are in Part 1, but I think they had 12 in the original, or 13 or 14 or something. Yeah. So there's probably 6 to 8. My son said he might be 6 to 8. So tomorrow night, I'm going to probably, if I can, watch the entire thing starting at whenever I finish my retro stream tomorrow night. I'm just going to just keep going right through.
Well, and see, William got me started watching Dexter because I didn't watch that show when it came out, but they just released a new season. Like, well, I guess you could call it like a new chapter. You know, Dexter New Blood. So I watched that, and I had never seen the original Dexter. So we've been binging that lately. We just made it to season 5, and I'm just like. And also, Dexter was based on a book series. So after I started watching Dexter, I downloaded the first book so I could start reading it.
Yep, and over on Piper's Picks, we're going to end up doing a discussion on that.
Yeah, and Piper's Picks. Yep, on Piper's Picks, we're going to talk about, you know, the whole series, the original series, and the one they just came out with, and then
that would be awesome.
The book and the TV show. So it's all going to kind of be like grouped into one.
Nice.
Yeah. So
nice.
I am not as far through the book Dexter as I want to be, but that's because when I get home from work after dinner and all that, then we sit down and watch it. So
yeah, and you're just also tired and lots of stuff going on, and you just can't.
And there's a whole lot of like movement with my job, like lifting heavy boxes and heavy machinery and everything. So sometimes I come home and I'm just done for the day. Like there's no
the big bags of flour go in the in the thing.
Yeah, something like that. See, I work at a grocery store. The bakery is in the grocery store. So I am not my own standalone bakery. Like I am the only
I didn't know. I was thinking it was a standalone bakery.
Yeah. That would be really cool, but I am not like a businessy person. I am more of the worker ant. I don't want to be in charge of people. I don't want to have to count more numbers than I have to. I like it simple. But I am the only one that runs my department. I mean, I have a couple people that can step in and like make donuts and stuff. But other than that, I do the ordering. I prep the stuff. I package it. I put it out. I do all the cleaning. I do all the advertising. Like, so naturally, like, I don't know if it's the same way in Canada, but I'm talking US here. Like, It's more so, it's very canned. It's very, things are prepped for you. So like, I don't have to mix the dough by hand, but that's all right. Cause I can't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go to work and work until 2. So
yeah, when I was in college, I used to work at a grocery store in the grocery department. But yeah, the bakers and all stuff would come in. But now I think it's all like at Tim Hortons, they all come. Subway, everything comes pre-made, right? It's just you put in and warmed up or cooked or whatever.
See, that's right? The theory, or that's the formula, because time is money. So if you can cut out half the time, you still,
and you don't need as many employees.
Right.
And you don't need as many, skilled employees to make, not taking any away from your job. I'm not, that's not.
No, there are some things that do require great skill, but for the most part, like I could teach almost anybody to do my job.
Almost me.
Like cake icing.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of those things like,
I could never do that. That little squirty thing in the make, I could never,
there's still a lot that I want to learn, and like, our supplier, like they'll have courses every now and again, but because of COVID, we haven't really done anything like that. But I would definitely like to get better at decorating cakes and cupcakes. I mean, it's on my list. There's some things I can do, but then there's a lot that I still have yet to learn.
There you go. You're still young, so lots of time. Honestly, with her looking at the screen makes it look like she's talking to him. There you go. There you go. Ray.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's well, thank you.
Ray was a baker man. Ray, is there any job you haven't done? Every time we talk to Ray, he's like, "Well, I've done this." Is there any you do a job a year? Like you do a little bit of everything? Like Ray does everything. I used to make jewelry. I used to play quarterback for the 49ers. I used to do that. Like every time you talk about something, Ray's done it at some point in his life.
Hey, you know what, though? That's kind of like the whole experience of life, though. Like, the more that you do, the more that you know, like, jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think that's pretty cool. Like, I've stuck in the same industry for a while now. I haven't really, like, broadened my horizons. Like, it's always been retail customer service. And then, but I just really like working in the grocery store because of all the customers. Like, I don't know. I'm a people person. I like to chat. I'm a chatty Cathy. So like, I'll go out and walk the floor and like check my donut case and stop and talk to the regulars. And, so it's not just work for me, just because, you start working somewhere that have, frequent customers, they come in all the time, you get to know them and their kids and everything. And it's just like, I don't know. I'm definitely more with the chill, like visity social vibe.
Yep.
And I'm not reading the chat at all, but thank you guys.
It's a skill to be able to talk, do what you're doing. Also look at the chat, make sure you're acknowledged.
Well, and I
you don't do this enough. So
and I don't really walk and chew bubble gum, if you know what I'm saying. So, I get in my brain, it just gets all distracted. It's everywhere.
Well, that's why I keep popping it up on the screen, so you could just read the screen and see what happens. And
much appreciation.
And it looks like you are our best guest we've ever had on either of our two No Yes Men or Opinionators.
Well, thank you.
You were the one everybody wanted to see. So, what does Ray say here? Paperboy, grocery bagger, retail manager, jewelry property manager, and Anthony's mama's pimp. There you go.
Gotta have the resume.
There and some sort of district.
Might I also add, though, that like people who work retail, like I think that gives you special like life skills. Like you learn how to deal with all kinds of people, like because there are Karens and like jerks and
all the time. I've come to the defense of
there's Mr. Janax running around.
Yeah. I've come to the defense of jerks at stores who say things and they're complaining to the not sometimes it's just the kid or whoever behind the counter, And this one guy was trying to buy all this hundreds of dollars of credit cards, prepaid cards and whatever.
Yep.
And he goes, and they said, you got to do this. You got to wait 24 hours. He goes, well, I never had to do that. I go, dude, you always had to do that. I have been buying these for years. So if you can't stand there and tell me you haven't, because it's always been like that because of fraud. So don't stand there. Yeah. Don't stand there and complain to her. One, it's not hers. Complain to Visa, because she's just the messenger. And two, you're full of shit, because I know I've been buying them for my kids and for my parents and whatever. I know exactly. And you're wrong. And so you can try to tell her that she's wrong, but you're not. You're wrong, and leave her alone.
Well, and that's one thing that I really like to see on social media is people, like customers, who stand up for the workers, because not everybody enjoys having to go work 8 hours a day, especially putting up with the public. It's hard.
100%.
So,
and I've done that. People complained about whatever, and I'm like, you know what?
Hard, but it's dangerous, or it was once COVID hit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
especially down in the States, you guys have guns and you guys like shoot people.
Yeah. Well, and you take COVID out of it, and I mean, the world is still such a dangerous place, but just because retail workers have to work with the public doesn't mean that the public owns us. We don't have to do whatever you want us to do. The saying "the customer is always right" is not an accurate saying, and that needs to change.
Yes.
That's all.
Again, I've come to the fence of people where they're like, I'd be like, you know what? They're short staffed today. I was at a restaurant that had just opened, and they were overwhelmed, and so they ran out of food, and some people were upset. I went, you know what? They just opened. They underestimated. You know what? Come back tomorrow. Or come back in a few days. They got overwhelmed by the support, and you know what? Shit happens. Cut them some slack.
You know what?
They offered you the refund of what you paid. Then you can go somewhere else. Shit happens. Just adjust.
The social media stories that make my heart so happy is like the person that they're like, I was standing in line and I just couldn't bite my tongue. Like they were making no customer. Yeah. I don't give a shit who you are. You could be a prince. I don't care. No customer should make an employee cry because that employee is trying to help you.
Exactly. Yep.
You want to be a dick, take that shit somewhere else. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Boom. So Ray, there's a restaurant here in Hamilton. They're called the Electric Diner. I need to go and frequent them this weekend. They have a big outdoor closed-in area, and they had these heaters. Somebody stole them all in the middle of the night.
Wow.
They have footage from the video cameras from other stores, and it took the guys like 4 hours, but they went underneath, they cut the locks, they wheeled them, because they're the big, heater things with the wheels. They wheeled them away. They have camera footage from stores around there. So, but the foodies in Hamilton have stepped up and have donated to help them replace it. I'm going to try and do some takeout or something from them this weekend. Again, just to show my support and give them some revenue and stuff like that when shit like that happens. So,
well, and that's one of the things, like, the world isn't all bad. Okay. Sometimes the world does suck. I'm not going to lie. That is truth, but it's not all bad. Like, and one thing, I don't know if it's the same in like Canada and the UK and everything, but a lot of these rural communities around here, like, we tend to stick together, and 100%. I'm definitely there for like the small town support, like small businesses, personal businesses, like chains, not so much, but because it takes a lot to be a store owner that's selling the same thing as a store a mile away. But I definitely like the small business, local
100%,
business.
100%. During this pandemic, the kids and I, we would try to eat out from wherever. And my kids like Domino's and that, but I said, there's some other places. Let's try some of the other places. And they sometimes didn't like it and would gravitate back to what they liked. But, there's a bunch of restaurants in my, and I would go, every week I'd order from somebody else. And even here when I'm at my parents' place, I do that. I order from, or I go, there's a followed somebody on Facebook, a little crepe place. She posted something. I went, oh yeah. you know what? I'm going to go. I just jumped in my car at lunch, drove down about 20 minutes away. But I had commented on her post and there I was, showed up and I got my food. And so, yeah, I follow a bunch of little local restaurants. And when they post stuff, I try to, when I can, I can't every night. I can't do it every night, but at least, once or twice a week, I try to order from. And when I'm at my dad's on the weekends, watching football, I order from all the, order my wings and ribs and whatnot from all the different places. I'm like, I haven't tried them. And I haven't never tried them. And I pull up, and I pull up the Uber app, Uber Eats, and then I go to the restaurant to see what options they have. Sometimes they don't have drivers and they say, go and use this service because we just don't have the other times they have their own. And so then I do it that way. But I always go to I look it up first because it's just easier they cultivate it all for me. It's all curated. And then I decide what I want. Then I go to their website on my laptop and try to figure out, and then either go pick up or whatever if I need to. Right.
Well, and okay, so here's another example. Before Christmas. Okay, so it was before December, I think. The whole town that I worked in lost power. Now, when you're at home, like in your own home, that's not as big of a deal. But stop and think about a grocery store. We've got coolers and freezers and all of that stuff. And all of that was down. We were without power for almost 24 hours. And my boss was able to get a hold of someone in town who had a backup Jenny big enough to sustain the freezers at least.
Yeah.
Like in these bigger places, like, and I'm not trying to like target any individual place, but like New York, LA, Texas, like Florida, like all of that stuff. Like you don't find that in big places. And there's a customer that used to come in all the time and she was from LA. And she said moving to North Dakota was like the biggest culture shock for her. I bet. She got stuck on the side of the road in North Dakota. And within 5 minutes, somebody was there to help her. She said in LA, if you're stuck on the side of the road, you don't want anyone to pull over because that's not going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
was it last year? Somebody in the chat fact check me. Was it last year, the year before? Like Texas was out of power for like days.
I think it was last winter, because a lot of people
there was and that's Texas, like large chunks of Texas, and maybe it's only certain parts of Texas. I don't know. I'm up here. I don't see a lot of American news, but having a lot of friends. You don't want
to watch American news.
Well, I have a lot of friends in Texas, obviously. And a lot of them were texting me and tweeting me going, how about we have more snow here than you have in Canada? And so anytime it's cold in Texas, they bitch at me. Like I control
right. Like I sent it down to you, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of your folks, Jeff, how are they doing?
Yeah. Thank you for asking. They're doing, my dad loves it. We had snow here the other day. I think you may have saw some videos and whatnot. And so I was talking to my dad, and my mom actually came over to my dad's room. And so all three of us were talking, and I said, I was very ill prepared for the storm that came. And my dad goes, you mean the storm that you told me was coming when you left here? And that's why you weren't going to come Monday because a big storm was coming and you weren't prepared? I went, yeah, I was very ill prepared.
Yep.
And he goes, is that why you called me on Monday asking me if we had a shovel? Yep, that would be why. Because again, ill prepared. So I showed him the videos and stuff, and he goes, okay, you just showed me a video of the guy who plowed the driveway and the sidewalk. Yeah. And he goes, so what did you have to shovel? Well, I had to take the snow off my car and around my car. He goes, and I said, well, at the end of the driveway, at the end of the driveway, the plow came, and he goes, so like 2 feet? I said it might have been 3. Yeah, a little bit of, from the end of the driveway. He goes, that's all you had to shovel?
Click it again.
He goes, that's all you had to shovel? And you're bitching about that? That's all you had? So my dad throwing shade at me because I had to shovel a little piece.
So what you're saying is your sassiness is earned from your parents.
Yeah.
That's okay though. You got to be spunky in this life. I mean, because if you don't, it'll beat the piss out of you.
Yeah, and he's 94, and you guys have all seen him on the shows. He's been on the shows, so he just does what he needs to do. And hey, William, go away! Bugger off, William. She's on our show now. Bugger off. You get her later. You can have her in 12 minutes. Bugger off, William.
I don't want queen as title because that sounds too entitled. I'm not an entitled person. I'm just a chill, like, people person.
Queen of
She can't
streaming.
be
Move
too
over,
picky.
Sandy.
She's with me.
Oh, please. I'm extra picky. That should mean some good stuff for you.
There you go. Yes. So yeah, no, they're doing as well as my mom's because of surgeries, because of COVID and Omicron, all the surgeries were canceled. So my mother's cataract surgery.
I know she was upset about
that. Very upset about that. She was supposed to have two, one in January for one eye and then one in February. We haven't heard. They've announced that restaurants can open to 50%, gyms to 50%, and some other things. But we haven't heard anything about surgeries starting up again. So we don't know about. So that February 2nd one might become her first eye. We just don't know.
Right.
So, and I used to take her. I used to go and we'd go for walks and whatnot. But now it's been too cold to do that.
I'm going to interrupt real quick. Mr. Urban World. Sugar cookies with chocolate frosting and sprinkles on top.
Yes, please. Yes,
is
please.
Legit. Like,
yes.
I can relate to that.
Yes, please. Yes. Anytime I saw people say I'm baking stuff, I like sugar cookies. They're like, no, we're making. I go, no, sugar cookies with some sprinkles, with or without the chocolate. I like the chocolate idea, but even if it's just sprinkles on top, I'm good with that too.
Yeah,
I'm not a picky person. I'm not
caramel rolls. That's another thing. Like, that's the hard thing about being a baker and having a sweet tooth. I mean, it's because you want to sample all the time. Like, for me, I love donuts. Donuts is my thing. Like, I love donuts. So it's really hard every morning. The first thing I do when I get there is a whole load of donuts, So banana pudding.
Ooh.
Yum.
There you go. Yes, I had some bananas from my father, but I forgot about them, and then they kind of went banana bread like. He goes. Yeah. I said, are they still good? And I go, well, are you making banana bread? That's what if you're making banana bread, these are good. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna have to toss them. So yeah. But yeah, I have to. I am gonna, after we're done the show, I have to whip up to the store to buy a couple of things for them.
Is extra special. Even our dog wears boots.
Yes, sir. But it's just.
Yep. Life is. I do like the small towns. I do like the. I do like the small towns. I like the small town festivals, the little small town farmers market. What did he say? Jeff looks like I've been watching a TV series. He gets pretty intense, but I feel like the guy who looks like Jeff may not win this. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Spoiler alert, bro.
No spoilers. Let's just say I was leading till I was winning going through the last episode.
Well,
it was mine to lose.
When I was in the 2nd grade, I was a weather kid.
Nice.
So I don't know if you know what that means. I tried to tell the story on the last episode of Retro Rewind, but somebody was walking their dog, so a motorcycle came blitzing by and like completely drowned out everything I said. So I'm just gonna retell the story. I was a weather kid in the 2nd grade. So what that meant is the local news company for our area, you would sign up and then you get to go tell the weather with the meteorologist. And then you got a certificate, a t-shirt, a plaque, and like a $25 savings bond.
Nice.
And so a little 2nd grade me, with big glasses and bowl cut, because that's how I rolled back then. I got on, and this was around Christmas time. Okay. So, Christmas carols and everything. And then I ended up singing on local TV.
Is there any footage of this?
You know what? I don't know if it exists anymore. Also, they gave you, because back when I was a kid, it was VHS. So they gave you a copy of the segment or whatever. And that was really cool too. Like getting to hang out, and like the news anchor lady, she like put on a little lipstick, and I got to hang out with the crew. It was just really fun.
Me, obviously, with a lot of stuff that I do, my kids have done a more television than they will ever admit to doing. because I do a lot of things and I drag them around with me. So there is footage of my kids. It's on Facebook. You can find it, of my kids on a TV show promoting a local community event when Patrick, who's 18 now, was 5, and Jeffrey, who's 20, was 7.
Wow.
And I played it for them, and they're both sitting there going, "Oh my God, that is so cringe. Turn it off. I can't watch it." And I have a lot of little videos and stuff of them when they were little, and they just hate it. Shut up! She's mine. Go away. Go
He's
walk
working
the dog.
on dinner. No, he's working on dinner. He asked if we're gonna have salad with it, and I said
No.
yes. So
There's no such thing. No, you don't have salad. No.
hey,
If you're cooking dinner, there's no salad. Stick to meat. Ass.
well, we're
course you-
doing salmon and salad. So
Are you doing it on the
salad.
plate?
Tell him he'll be proud. It's full of bacon.
it's full of bacon. He says
Excellent.
he'll be proud.
Excellent. Are you doing it on the plank out on the barbecue? You got the barbecue and the plank and the salmon on the plank. And
I'm not that cool. We're doing it in the air fryer, but
right.
I have the seasoning. It's cedar plank salmon seasoning or something. So yeah, we're gonna pop that bad boy in the air fryer. Literally, we get a good size fillet of salmon. And then we put the hunk in the air fryer, and it's literally 24 minutes and it's done. That's really not too bad.
Not at all.
So
You probably don't want to stand outside barbecuing.
Yeah, well, that's one of those things I'd like to learn to master, but I'm not quite brave enough. Like, I have this weird thing about things that can go boom. Like, I don't,
Eh.
yeah, I don't know. Anxiety. It's
There you
one of
go.
those Things.
What can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do? There you go. Well, this was a fun episode of Opinionators. We had it was a calm, because there was no Anthony, very little Anthony. A little bit he throws out conspiracy theories, and then he buggers off on his drive, probably still watching as he drives his 42 miles, whatever that is, to his next turn. I don't know where he's traveling.
Depending on how fast he's going, that's about a 45-minute drive around these parts.
Oh, there you go.
I know you measure differently up there, though.
We do. We do. A friend of mine, last time I was in Texas, a friend of mine was laughing at me because I had my rental car and I had my phone and we were driving somewhere, and I wasn't using the car GPS. I was using my phone GPS. And Anthony, right in chat, says, "Yep." And he goes, "Why are you doing that?" And I said, "Well, because my phone tells me the exit's in half a kilometer. I know how far that is. That sign tells me it's a half mile. I don't know how far that is. I have no idea how far half a mile is, but my phone says it's half a kilometer. I know how damn far that is."
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing. Okay. So, my hubby and his family hail from another state. So, we were visiting his mom and dad one day, and he asked me, he's like, "Well, you're from around here, about like how far away is this?" And my answer is always minutes. Okay. I don't even answer in miles. Like, so for me, it's like I only drive 15 miles to work, but depending on the weather and the traffic, that's 20 to 30 minutes to get one way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So how far away is it? Oh, it's about 30 minutes, you know? And he just thought that was so funny. He's like, "You guys up here like to do that, don't you? Like, describe something in time."
Well, that's what's great about small towns is everything is decided by, you go to old Mr. Wilson's tree and you turn left.
Yeah.
And everybody, I had crashed a community fair. This is, of course, obviously before COVID. It was only meant for people in that community. And I was not from that community, but I crashed it. So I'm in the line for the food, and this guy in front of me, he turns around and he goes, "Hey, I'm, don't recognize you." I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm Jeff." He goes, "Oh, I'm Jimmy." He goes, "Where are you from?" I said, "Oh, I live over by the church." He goes, "Oh, yeah, right on. Okay." And then some other guy comes over. He goes, "Hey, do you know Jeff? He lives over by the church." "Oh, no, nice to meet you." "Okay, great." Because there's always a church. Didn't say which church. I just live by the church. So that's fine. So anyways, we get our food. My idiot brother and my parents show up. Eventually, we're all sitting around. Some other lady sits down. My brother's yapping away, telling, "Oh, we're not walk from here. We drove by, but we come up here, blah, blah." My brother's like, Shut up. So anyways, that's fine. So anyways, then a few minutes later, this woman's husband comes over. And she goes, "Oh, yeah, these guys just crashing the event." And he goes, "That's Jeff. He lives over by the church." It was the woman, it was her husband, the guy I met in the line. And I had this whole story concocted, and my brother just shot it all the crap because he's like, oh, Jeff, he lives over by the church. What do you mean? What?
He's over there. Well, and that's another thing. I like to landmarks. I'm a big landmark person.
Sure, like Mr. Wilson's tree.
So, like if you're describing to me how to get somewhere, it's better for you to just be like, you hang a left at the old church,
True.
You go down till you hit Hangman's Tree. And like, I'm way better off at that than reading directions. And I'm like that cliche meme, where you have to turn the radio down so you can find the address you're looking for. That's me.
Sure.
Guilty.
Yeah. People say, you want to go north. Okay, I don't know which way's north. Telling me to go north? I don't know which way is north. I don't even know where I am. I've gotten turned around. Well, I'm a guy, don't ask for directions. That's what my GPS is for. But, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, and even GPS, Mr. Urban World, like, okay, so our town is tiny. Okay, it's small. We have a bar, automated gas pumps, a post office, and a couple other little things. And I ordered a car part a week and a half ago, and it was never delivered because when you put our address into a GPS machine, it'll take you to the other side of town. So I agree with you, Mr. Urban World. And even then, having to depend on GPS would not work. Like, it was the same thing with, at least not in North Dakota. I mean, maybe we're just so non-updated out this way. There are still people that think we're rolling around in covered wagons and we don't know what internet is.
Ooh, covered wagon would be fun. That sounds like right out of Red Dead. That sounds. So Cali Fat, can you count in segments of 100? Can you go 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million? There you go. That's it. That's the metric system. That's it. You can go counts in multiples of 10. That's it. That's the metric system. That's it. Why is it 12 inches to a foot? But a meter? It's all base 10. It's easy math. Even for not math people. So Mr. Urban World says, wow, and ha, ha, ha. But you got to go and rescue your food from your husband.
What? I will defend his honor, though. He is a great cook. There's been several times he's cooked for me, and I've really, really liked what he's made. So
and you're still alive. And you're still alive.
Oh, absolutely. Alive and happy. I mean,
well, there you go.
To get both at the same time. I mean, throw some good food in there,
I want to educate Jeff on investing in stocks. Sure.
Oh, good Lord.
I know. Crypto, baby. Crypto. Gonna buy me the Doge. Whatever Elon Musk says. Whatever Elon says, I'm just going to invest in whatever Elon's doing. It's working for him.
Mr. Urban World, you and your VR have a fabulous evening, all right?
Oh, him and his stupid VR. Oh, my God.
I can't really do VR. Like, my big thing is I hate making myself look like an idiot. Like, I really do.
Oh,
so,
I don't have that issue.
I, some people, the saying is there's no shame to their game. Like, I've got shame to my game. Like, I don't do well with embarrassment and stuff like that. So I don't. The one time I tried VR, I felt like I looked like a moron, and everybody laughing in the background told me that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. That's why I never really played video games to begin with, because my exposure was, in the chat lobby of like Call of Duty on Xbox, and people are just exponentially rude.
The internet's a mean place.
Very much so. And
I posted a video of me doing a snow angel, and everybody complained that it wasn't a snow angel because I didn't flap my arms. I just fell in the snow. The internet is a mean, mean place. There's just full of trolls. The whole internet's just a mean. I had to shut down my Twitter account the other day because of all the mean, mean hate going on in the world.
It's up to us. It's like how, we kind of control it. Like,
Mr. Urban World's in VR all night. Anthony says VR sucks. Mrs. Stadia Pro create a bookstore in VR.
That
There
would be
you
really
go.
cool. to have
Drive your
a bookstore.
car, and your mama knows blah blah blah, and then
Steal you here in a second.
it's PC Play. There you go. Well, we're gonna end this anyways, so you can go. But this was great. Thank you for popping in.
Well, thank you for having me.
You are welcome anytime. You are welcome
Yeah.
anytime. And I know some of the people in the chat would always love to talk to you, and they love playing with you in Wreckfest. I assume I don't know. I don't know if Ray's still here or not. I don't know if Ray's doing Saturday night Wreckfest, but and I know you're working tomorrow. But our boy Squids is going to be doing Wreckfest tomorrow morning. Oh, Ray's still here.
Ooh,
Oh, that's good.
snap.
Ray's still here. So yeah, Squids is doing Wreckfest breakfast tomorrow. Wreckfest for a breakfast or whatever he called it, something really cool.
Breakfast.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go buy a burger. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to the store. I have to buy milk. I gotta buy for my dad. I gotta buy bananas.
Okay,
and
question
I gotta buy
for
something
you.
else. Yeah. I will not be buying bagged milk for various reasons. Not
Okay,
getting-
I was just gonna say, is it true that milk only comes in bags up there? Like, I don't know. I've never been to Canada legally, so I don't.
I like milk bags.
I bet you do.
I bet you do.
Hear that?
I bet you do.
I
William.
really like milk bags.
You know what? I have to. I'm such a bad editor. I actually filmed a bunch of content about bagged milk, and I need to find that and make the video. We do have cartons.
Thank you, Ray.
There is cartons of milk, and we actually have little bottles too. Little plastic bottles, but in the smaller amount. So I get my dad a smaller amount, like what you call a quart, because that's all he needs. That lasts him forever because he has that little bit with his oatmeal and whatnot, right? So you know, but the families, yes, they're getting the big bags of milk because you go through a lot more of it.
Well,
right?
and some of the milk companies here in the United States have completely done away with cartons. You can only get them in plastic bottles or jugs or, you know.
Yeah, the only milk carton I've seen in a couple of weeks is the one with your face on it, Jeff.
It's true. It's true. I should have sent that to my friend Dwayne, who was mad that I went AWOL for 24 hours.
You know what you should have done is just set that shit as your profile picture. Be like, that don't bother me.
No, they keep bringing it up. All it just means is that me and the Cowboys are living rent-free in their heads. And you know what?
Rent-free.
Rent-free in their heads. Vets all, Ray's worried about Zeke. He should be worried about Peter Garoppolo and his arm and whether he's going to play. Like, Ray has other things to worry about than my running back.
I can't put any input on that because I'm not really a sportsy person. I'm a Vikings fan, but only because I was born in the state next to Minnesota. Like, that's how it works around here.
Oh, I know.
You're born into
You're
it.
either a Vikings fan or a Green Bay Packers fan.
It's true.
And, sometimes half of your family is Vikings and Green Bay. And then when they play together, it's like a great big war. And,
of course. Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
I am a fan by default. I mean, I don't watch stats. I don't understand sports or anything
you're
like
a
that.
fan. You're a fan of cars and smashing them up. And
Absolutely.
That's all that matters. I stopped. I haven't played Dirt 5 in a while, and it's just like, but there's no smashing up of cars.
Right?
There's no smashing up of cars. I just kind of, and then I jumped into somebody's Wreck Fest, and it was just like, you're doing races. Ugh. And then I left.
Jeff ended the show yet?
I'm working on it. I'm trying to. But
I'm
people
sorry.
keep talking.
I'm just teasing.
I'm a chatty Cathy. I can't help
fun,
it.
isn't it?
It is. It really is.
It is fun.
It is. All right, we're going to end it here. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everyone. Thanks,
All
Rose.
right.
Thanks, Sierra Rose, for coming in. I know everybody in the chat was glad to see you, more than to see me. I should have just had your face on the screen as opposed to mine.
I do have a message for the chat, though. Just thank you for popping in and watching. Thank you guys for being so supportive. This is a wonderful little community. Like I said, I never really got into games, but you guys have kind of changed how I see things. Like, I'm not always insulted. I've never been insulted at all, actually. Playing with Stadia.
Mr. Urban World was throwing shade at you.
Yeah.
He was lodging some complaints. Just saying.
Yeah, he can file it with the higher ups. But thank you, everybody. Just stay safe, stay well, And don't forget to be a good human. Like,
There
the
you
world
go.
is in short supply of that these days. Let's just try and be good humans.
That's great words to end it. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, can't wait to play Wreckfest with you all on Saturday. Oh, there you go.
Boom sauce. I'm
There we
so
go.
there. I
you
am
go.
there.
I should
Done.
probably play the ending thing, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to end it. See ya.
Bye.